Hey, what's going on? So, we're gonna be looking at Jeff Sokol today. And maybe in the future this is irrelevant to say, but this is gonna be my first video on this channel. And I chose Jeff first because he has to be the most douchebaggiest douchebag out of all of these predators. Like, don't get me wrong, they're all pieces of shit for what they're trying to do, hooking up with these kids, especially the ones that are even older, you know, like Gay Palumbo and or Gay Romano, I mean they call him, and the party guy that's Justin is Fly. What's his name? I forget, but you know what I mean. Like, those guys are in their mid-40s, low 50s, trying to hook up with like a 14-year-old, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? But I feel like Jeff is in a category of his own because he's just such a prick the whole time. He's all cocky when he's with the girl, and fine, okay, it's like his swag or whatever you want to say. He's trying to be big for her. But then when Chris comes out, he just keeps it up. If anything, he gets worse. He's only because now the perception is you're with another adult. Like, you should have that embarrassment and like, oh God, I got busted. And he just maintains how he's been the whole time. And then even worse is when he gets to the police. It still doesn't let up. He acts like, what's wrong? What'd I do? Because I'm trying to talk to somebody? Yeah, you're 42 trying to talk to someone you think is 12 and it's not related to you. Yeah, there's a problem. Seriously? So, I figured this prick will be perfect to go first. I'll be able to do a 3-parter out of him. What I'm going to do is part 1's just going to be when he's with the girl, the decoy. Then part 2 will be with Chris. And then part 3 will be with the cops. So, let's get into it.
It's Saturday night in the Connecticut suburbs. Autumn is in the air.
Oh, just a side note about this investigation that they did, the Hansen versus Predator one. It's funny because I actually live in Connecticut. I'm not anywhere near, I don't think I'm anywhere near where this was happening. I think this is on the extreme opposite end of the state, but still, it's relatively speaking close to home for me, so.
And this guy is bringing pizza to the door.
And this douchebag is bringing in pizza.
Jeff Sokol is no pizza delivery man.
Hold on. This didn't pause fast enough.
Autumn is in the air.
Let's take a look at that one more time. Oh,
and
come on. It went that far back.
Hold on. Bringing pizza to the door.
Yep, cool.
Jeff
3, 2, 1. Where's Waldo? What is this picture? Is this his profile picture on Grindr? Just kidding. But is this his profile picture? He thought looking like Waldo with this black shirt with a void in the middle. What is that void? Is that supposed to be a giant egg? So he's sporting a Waldo hat and an egg on a black shirt. What is this look? How are you this much of a douchebag and this is what you think is sexy? Bro.
Is no pizza delivery man. Cops say he's here to meet a 13-year-old
fucking
girl.
douchebag.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Sokol drove all the way from Boston to our sting house in
Boston? He's a fake Boston guy. He ain't got that wicked accent. I can't even do it. But, you know, the Bostoners have that accent, the wicked. And like, come on, what you doing, brother? And all that. He don't even talk to that. He just, what'd I do wrong? Fake Bostoner. Real douchebag, fake Bostoner.
Fairfield, Connecticut. What he doesn't know is that we've placed more than a dozen hidden cameras all over the property. His date with a 13...
What really is the point of all those cameras? Like, I get it, they're trying to make a show, but half of these are just retarded. Like, they have some outside in the bushes and in the grass and, like, overkill much? I mean, before Hansen vs. Predator happened, Chris Hansen was crowdfunding to try to get some money because he wasn't with NBC anymore, you know, TCAP. So now he's kind of doing this on his own. I mean, Crime Watch Daily, that might be something big now, but when it was, you know, at this stage trying to do the Hansen vs. Predator, there were nothing. So he was crowdfunding on like Kickstarter or something just so he could buy new cameras and such. So like, what happened? How did you end up with so much money to buy useless cameras just to put all over the place? Did his Kickstarter really raise that much money so that he had tons extra to spend on getting 60 cameras? I don't know.
Year-old is going to be on national TV. On Sokol's LinkedIn page, he calls himself Master of
Why do they stalk him on LinkedIn? LinkedIn's not really the right site for that. The way I see it, at least the way I use it, is LinkedIn I feel is professional. That's like a website that you put almost like a resume, so to speak. Like you fill out your career, what you've done, and yada. It's basically a resume. So why are they stalking him on LinkedIn? Unless that's all he has. I mean, he is 40-something. No, I was going to say maybe that's why he doesn't have Facebook. But no, older people got on Facebook too. Facebook took off with every age, except for like senior citizens. So why are they choosing LinkedIn? That's weird. And they say master of puppets. Okay, well, this is LinkedIn, so maybe he's like a ventriloquist. Like, yeah, he would be a master of puppets.
Puppets. Possibly a reference to a
Not trying to make it sound like I'm sticking up for this ass, but I'm just saying.
famous heavy metal song. He says he graduated from the University of Massachusetts Amherst.
What the heck? Hold on a minute. They're editing the egg now. In the other shot, when it was 4 pictures next to each other, they weren't editing it. Why are they blurring it out now?
Degree in management. He worked in the insurance industry as an auditor, but he says he now drives for Lyft, the ride-sharing service.
He drives for Lyft? That's his main job? I thought Lyft and Uber were supposed to be like side hustles. Is that actually a valid real like day job? Like, can you actually make good money off that? I don't know. I'm asking this legitimately. Like, is he just a loser, or is he actually pulling in some decent money? I don't know.
Working with the cooperation of the Fairfield Police and the online watchdog group Tetrad Core.
Tetrad Core. Last one was Perverted Justice. Now they got Tetrad Core. It's weird because Perverted Justice felt like it was just like a mom and pop type thing, so to speak. Like, this was before the days of YouTube, so it almost feels like if Perverted Justice happened during the days of YouTube, they'd be like a YouTube channel, you know? Someone famous from YouTube, like H3 or PewDiePie or something. Like, that's what I feel like Perverted Justice was. Like, it wasn't an official organization, where I feel like Tetrad Core is actually an official organization with real employees. Like, I feel like Perverted Justice was just Frag and, what the heck was her name? Frag and, whatever that girl's name was. But Tetrad Core feels like it's an actual, like, company with the police and stuff. I don't know.
Post pictures of actual 13-year-olds on social media. We're hiding their identities. It's not long before Sokol contacts...
Whoa, extreme. Look at that, extreme. The flak jacket. You know, the flak jacket does seem pretty stupid. Like, I get it. There's the chance that maybe one of these weirdos comes in with a gun, but he's there to, you know, relieve his boner. Do you really think he's going to go in firing off rounds? And plus, I mean, she's probably hidden way in the back, if she's even there at this sting house. So, like, what is she worried about? Chris comes out just in his casual suit, no big deal, and she's, oh my god, I need a whole entire SWAT outfit on just so I can sit here and talk on the phone and pretend I'm a 12-year-old.
Or decoy, we'll call her Bailey, and the chat gets a little raunchy. Are you a virgin? LOL, yeah, that is personal. No, I was with my boyfriend once. I really want...
What? Hold on, what? I wish I could just rewind a smidge, but then it goes way back to her looking uncomfortable. Like, can they get the camera off me now? Okay, you get a good enough shot.
Are you a virgin? LOL.
Yeah, that is personal. No, I was with my boyfriend once. Is she answering 2 questions there, but they didn't show us the other one? Or... Because first she says, yeah, that is... Maybe she just... I don't understand this. Are you a virgin? Yeah, that's personal. So right there, it sounds like that could go 2 ways. Lol, yeah, and then she just forgot the comma, but then she's like, that's kind of personal. Like, why are you asking that? But then the other way is that could be like, yeah, that's personal. Why are you asking me? I mean, not, yeah, that's personal, but like, why are you asking me that? That's weird. But then she says, no, I was with my boyfriend once. So you go from being timid about answering whether you're a virgin or not, but then you're just like, oh, whatever, yeah, no, I was with my boyfriend once. What? And then if it's the first way I said, you went from saying, yeah, I'm a virgin, to the very next sentence saying, no, I was with my boyfriend once. Which is kind of weird because I know this girl is fake, but if she was real, you're 12. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is personal. No, I was with my boyfriend once. I really want to be intimate with you. Do you have pretty feet? Well, yeah, I don't have homeless feet.
What? Do you have pretty feet? First off, okay. So Mr. Douchebag has a foot fetish? That's a very weird option. when you're that much of a dick. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to go hand in hand. How can you be a complete douchebag and have like a weird fetish? And then, yeah, I don't have homeless feet. I get it. Homeless feet, they're saying like they're trying to make it sound like, they're not all dirty with like unkept toenails and all that, but like who thinks of that? This is an adult woman. That's probably the woman with the flak jacket texting this, and she's like, I got a good response. I don't have homeless feet. What?
He then turns the conversation
here we go.
very personal,
Mr. Sexy with his
asking
shirt not
questions
edited
no
now.
adult should ever ask a 13-year-old.
Handsome beast.
Do you trim your blank?
How is handsome beast? You think Where's Waldo's handsome? That's not the point of those books. Is that secretly like appealing to kids like that? Do you trim your star ampersand caret percentage? I'd hope not, because what is that?
LOL, yeah. Do you think blank size matters?
Dick.
Nope, X was decent. I'm not that big, but I know how to satisfy a girl.
Okay, no, but X was decent, so this is 12-year-olds again, right? So you're saying that your 12-year-old boyfriend was pretty meaty, and now here's this 42-year-old. Oh man, a 12-year-old was bigger than me. I'll just act like that's no big deal. I'm not that big, but I know how to satisfy a girl.
Sokol seems to be worried
That's another thing that makes it weird too. How are you such a douchebag with a tiny dick? So if you're like in a public bathroom, there's a trough. That's not very often, but I've been to one once, and it's very uncomfortable. But like, what, is he still gonna be a super douchebag pulling out his acorn? I don't get it.
Billy might be an undercover cop, so he asks for a custom pic to prove she's real. Take a selfie holding up 4 fingers below your face, then I would know it's really you. My fear is that it's not you, that it's someone in law enforcement looking to nail someone. Bailey sends...
I think there's only one person trying to look to nail someone. Ooh, that's a Chris Hansen zinger. Why didn't he say that?
Pic, and Sokol sends a creepy reply. I like it. Your hand...
How did they even find a picture like that? Like, they've been sending him pictures of a decoy, right? Who is this decoy, though? Is it someone they actually know? Like, one of the people's kids? Or is it just they're just doing searches for stock photos and they happen to find a girl and they're like, yeah, she can work. And then they happen to just find a picture with her with 3 fingers up under her face and they're like, whew, good thing you didn't ask for anything harder to find. Because then that brings up another issue I was thinking about. And I don't mean for this to sound the wrong way. Maybe I'm way off and I'm just, missing something. But I always think the decoys that they hire are always of age. They're actually 18 or 19. They just look young. And I was thinking, why don't they just actually have like someone who's 14 or 15 or something? Even 16. Just because, for one, some 16-year-olds can be pretty big. When I was 18, I had a guy friend that I met at work who was 16, and he was huge. He was way bigger than me. He was, I don't know, 6'3", 275, all muscle. He was a huge guy for 16 years old. So, they can be pretty beefy. I mean, I guess if you're trying to put on a show and make the person look younger, you don't really want to hire him because, like, he was big. He already had a beard and everything, junior in high school, and he was bigger than most actual adult men. But still, you know what I mean? But I just feel like there would be a lot of precautions anyways. Like, for one, there would be the sign-off by the parents, whether it's somebody that's working at, for Tetrad Core or one of the producers or something. There'd be a sign-off. The parents would be agreeing to this. So there's that step. The second thing would be, more realistic, I guess you could say. And the third thing is, it's not like the predator person's going to do anything. In every episode, nothing's ever happened. They try, but it doesn't get anywhere. The decoy is always able to be, oh, I'm not comfortable with this, and they just brush it off, and the guy doesn't pursue it anymore. And then if it does get to that point where he is a bit too pursuant, there's tons of people in the back room. There's Chris Hansen, there's all the security people, there's all the cameramen, there's tons of people. So it's like, if they really did have an actual kid, like, the kid would be safe. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm missing something. Is there a reason why they actually hire adults, or I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, your hands are cute. So apparently he has a foot fetish and a hand fetish.
Hands are cute. Sokol knows the girl is 13, and he says he knows what he's doing is illegal. As a 44-year-old guy, I shouldn't be talking to 13-year-old
44? I thought he was 42. I mean, not like that makes it any better, but man, he's even older than I thought.
girls like this. You know, I could be put in jail if the police found out we were intimate. The only way
Look,
What the heck?
did you know there was a government-funded education grant that
police would know if we ever got intimate is if someone saw us together or you told the police. Not by me. Blank that. Well, tonight, intimacy is not on the menu. In fact, dinner
Oh, here
is
we go
delayed.
again, sexy pig.
Sokol is late because he says his pipes sprung a leak.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
He thinks he's calling Bailey to tell her he's late.
But he's really calling Flak
Speaking to
Jacket.
Lori from Tetrad in our virtual control room.
Did your plumber get there yet?
It's late.
Finally, his plumbing repaired, Sokol heads down I-95 for Connecticut. He picks up a pizza and asks Bailey about what to wash it down with. You got booze? He has some vodka, but no rum. Sokol arrives.
My mom has vodka, but no rum. I thought booze just meant alcohol in general, like beer. Does booze actually mean rum? I mean, how would a 12-year-old know that, though? I'm 33 and don't even know that.
at the house. Our on-site decoy, a 19-year-old theater student, lets him in the door.
Sorry about that. Come on in.
She's always apologizing in all of these. And, like, what is she apologizing for? Like this one, she says, sorry about that. Sorry about what? Because the door went, like, who cares? I mean, is that what it's for? What is she sorrying about that?
How are you?
Good, how are you? Did you find the house okay?
No, because it's really dark out.
That's a weird response. Like, she says, did you find the house okay? No, because it's really dark. I don't know if that's douchebag mode, like he's being sarcastic, like, no, because he's here now, like, obviously I found it, or if he's being legit. And it just sounds like a weird answer. I don't know.
That's a long drive.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you gonna give me a hug?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
You know that when the decoys, like her especially, she's over the top with the rejection. Like when they had Kayla, whatever her real name was, I just know her from Kayla, from my little precious baby girl, Lauren. But yeah, when they had her and she'd get rejected, she'd just be casual. She'd just be sitting there. Like, she was way more in charge. She was just sitting there. These guys were like, hey, baby, where's my smooch? And she'd be like, I think we should talk first. You should sit down and we should chat. Where this girl, she's like, oh my God, I'm really nervous. And runs around the corner and puts her hands to her face. And it's kind of just weird reaction. And, oh, I feel like, though, that's one thing, too. That should be like a dead giveaway right off the bat that this is suspicious to these guys. Because, one, you've been chatting with this girl and, like, you know, kind of getting frisky and horny, and then, like, you finally see her, and she's like, ooh, I don't even want a hug. Like, I don't know. I'm really nervous. Okay, you just had him walk in, though, but I'm really nervous. Okay. And now just looking at his food, so I already know that he got a pepperoni pizza, and then he has an orange juice to flush it down. Okay, there's a few things to note about that. First off, pepperoni pizza? Really, bro? You got the most boring, basic pizza? Pepperoni pizza is party pizza, okay? That's the only time pepperoni pizza is good. Why would you voluntarily choose to get plain, boring pepperoni? Second, orange juice? Okay. One, you were asking her, do you have anything to drink? And you wanted alcohol. Now, I'm not saying he should have showed up with alcohol, but, like, alcohol and orange juice are quite an opposite. Then again, actually, she said her mom has vodka, so maybe he was planning on making a screwdriver. Never thought of that before. But anyhow. Also, orange juices, that's probably like, what, a 16-ounce drink? That's good for like 2 slices, and then what are you gonna drink? You're supposed to get a big drink, you know? Go to 7-Eleven and get like a big gulp or a super big gulp or something. That way then you have stuff to flush down that pizza. You get a large pizza and an orange juice, it's gonna last you 2 slices, really? And then the third thing that's psychotic about this is, what kind of heartburn are you trying to get? It's like, what time is it supposed to be? Whatever it is, it's dark out. I mean, I don't know what season this happened in, meaning like spring, summer, winter, fall. This was around November or something, right? So it being dark out could be that it's only 6 o'clock. It doesn't actually have to be that late. But regardless, it's night, and that's when Heartburn likes to have fun. And you're over here having pepperoni and orange juice? Like, jeez, talk about a masochist. And then this, the way that I have this paused right now, this looks kind of weird with Jeff. It looks like he's, adjusting himself, but in like a weird way. Like he's peeing in that bucket thing that they have under the table. Really, actually. And then she's looking like, oh my God, you're just taking a piss right there.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll settle into it.
Okay.
So, what kind of picture you got? Just
With his jacket on, he actually gives off slightly Negan-ish vibes. Once he takes his jacket off. Did I say jacket off? I meant jacket on. Once he takes the jacket off, no, it's not Negan anymore. But now, because he's got that red from his shirt showing whatever the word I'm looking for, showing at the top. And it's kind of like Negan's scarf. And then, like, the jacket, Negan's is black. But this is still a darkish color.
there's plates right behind
So
you.
like the small pizza is like almost as big as the big one. So I didn't know that. Good.
She's just looking at him like, the fuck? What am I even supposed to say to this? Why are we talking about small pizzas are as big as the large one? Which, his logic is actually pretty retarded, because I think he went with the large pizza because he says the small one's almost as big as the large one, so he figured I might as well just get the large one. But depending on the price, you would have been better off just getting the small one, because you probably would have saved money. Like I said, depending on the price. I don't know, it could be like gas, how it's, a matter of 20 cents off per grade. But if the small pizza was like $10 and the large one was, say, 15, 16, if they're almost the same size, just get the small one, you idiot. Unless this is small. I don't know. Let's continue.
You said small. I thought it'd be like a really small one.
Yeah.
I said big one.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
She's like, oh, good thing I'm not actually fucking this retard.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I am. I'm fine.
I've just never done this before.
I know.
Have you?
No.
Ooh, get that zoom in on Jeff.
Not really. I mean,
Are you telling me the truth?
I've met girls online, but I don't like come like this.
She's like, I'm trying to do a job here, and like, you're making this so much harder for me by saying, She's like, all right, Chris, your turn to pop in, because I can't deal with this bitch anymore.
Far to like meet someone. I don't know why. Whatever.
All right, put on that fake smile. What?
It is crazy. Yeah. Why did you let me come? If you're so nervous.
It seems like a good idea, and you seem nice.
What's up with the hat? Why is she wearing a hat in the house? That's kind of weird, too. Like, is that a thing? I've never worn a hat in the house. Ever. Unless I'm, like, leaving or just came back in. Otherwise, it comes off and I put it on its shelf where it goes. This is weird, kind of. I'm not saying that it has anything to do with anything, like, it should be a red flag or anything. I don't know. It's a weird style choice. That would be like him. Look, he came in, he took his jacket off. Like, that's a normal thing to do. Why does she have her hat on? It's like having sunglasses on inside. Or driving with sunglasses on a rainy day. It just doesn't make sense.
Why do you think I came?
Probably because you were beating off to my pictures.
I think I know.
Yeah, I just said it.
It's not the only reason. It's not the reason.
What's the reason?
That's not the reason. Okay, bro.
And I just...
I just realized we see his orange juice in his pizza, but I don't think we ever see what's in that bag. And it's like he's over here crumpling it around, playing with it, but he doesn't go into it, he doesn't take anything out, it's just there.
Been talking to you for a while, and you seem like really cool to hang out with. And
You're we go, getting uncomfortable again. Oh my god, this guy's so fucking weird. Oh, I gotta smile. I gotta act normal. I gotta pretend I like this.
Someone that I'd like to meet, and I
am just a piece of shit.
wanted to.
I'm 44 and I want to fuck a 12-year-old.
Here we are. So, let's deal with this whole contract thing, because I'm just going to be thinking about it the
Yeah, so I think I'm Christian Grey, but without the money or the coolness or the non-pedophilia.
whole time. Until we get that out of the way.
Still dicking around with that bag, hardcore, but never takes anything out of it.
Let's see. Man,
See? He got so close. He opened it, he looked in it, he put his hand in there, and boom. Now it's back to just down.
about it.
Jeff Sokol thinks he's going to scarf down some pepperoni pizza with a 13-year-old girl he just met
And play
online.
with the bag and never take
But
the
tonight,
contents out.
he apparently has a different kind of topping in mind.
I mean, you look
What?
great.
Thanks.
You just look different than what than like.
She's like, oh, fuck. He's putting it together. Don't worry. The predators are always retarded. They don't actually put it together. It sounds like they are, but they never actually do. Because their dick starts talking like, who gives a fuck?
In the pictures, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, I expected you to have dark hair. Did you?
My hair it lightens up in the summer.
And
I mean, that's a fair, quick response. You know, if I was in that situation, I'd been like, oh, what do I say? I dyed it. But, yeah, it lightens up in the summer. That's a fair, quick response on the spot like that. But at the same time, it's kind of a retarded response. He's saying he's expecting dark hair, so maybe dark brunette, maybe even black. You're borderline blonde. You're like a dirty blonde. Like, really, it lightens up to that much?
no, I'm not saying. I mean, I think you
You
look
don't
great.
like it?
I think you look great. I'm just saying, like, you look different. Yeah.
You know what's the weird part, too, about all this? Well, I guess everything about it's weird, but this specific situation is that he's here to meet somebody that he thinks is 12, 13, somewhere around there. And so that's what the problem is. But in real life, she's 19. Like, this would be totally acceptable. It's still weird. I mean, she's 19, he's 44. He's literally old enough to be her dad. But, like, in real life, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they were hanging out for real, like, they could hang out for real. You know, Chris Hansen, everybody could leave and it'd be fine. She's 19, whatever. Like, if she went in the back and she's like, Chris, this guy is dead gorgeous. Can I just have my way with him and then we can bust him? Like, she's not a kid. It would be okay. You know what I mean? It's just funny because in this context, though, they make it up that she's a kid, but she's not. And that's something I always thought about, too. Like, I always wondered, could the predators in court fight that and win? Like, they're all stupid, so I don't think they'd ever think of that. But I always wonder, if they did actually pursue it and they fought it, could they win with the pretext that the person I was talking to never actually was a kid? Because it never is. When it's like perverted justice and it's with Frag and whatever that woman's name was, or now with Tetrad Core, you know, those are adults, like well into their 20s, 30s. I mean, I can't tell about the Tetrad Core woman, but she looks like she's definitely like upper 30s, low 40s at least. And then the decoys are always of age, barely. You know, they said she's 19, so okay, she's barely, but still. But that means all these predators never actually talked to a kid, which is what they're being busted and charged with, though. Granted, the intent was there, but they never actually really did. So I always wonder about that. Like, if they thought about it and were smart enough, could they fight that and actually win? I'm not saying they should, because then obviously they're going to go and actually try to find a kid for real to talk to. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know. Like, this is all fake. It's like that one doofus says, 2 words, man, role-playing chat room, dude. But that's what this kind of is. They're all just role-playing. It's like a movie. And in a way it is, because this is for a show. So, you know, there's layers here that, I don't know. I feel like in court, if they had a decent enough lawyer, maybe they could fight it. I don't know.
And than I thought.
Yeah.
But no, nothing wrong with
Well, you
that.
never can tell with online things, you know?
In a text that will turn your stomach, Sokol talks about a marriage contract and even suggests they elope. The only thing that can prevent me from getting arrested is if we got married, LOL. If
Always when they have screenshots of phones, they always have like crap batteries like this one, 46%. Why are you at 46? You're on the phone all day hanging out in that office area. You can't have the phone plugged in so it's constantly 100 or at least 90. Like, it's always like that. Or like if you look at on Instagram or Twitter or something, those pictures, the channels that are like pictures that are totally cringe or whatever. You know what I mean? Those channels. And, like, they'll take screenshots. People will post screenshots that they had with, like, random people or people that they used to know or something. And their battery's at, like, 6%. And it's like, why is your phone so dead? It's always like this. I don't get it. Especially in today's day and age. Like, I could see 10 years ago phones always being dead. But now, there's outlets everywhere. There's cords everywhere. They're cheap. You can plug it in your car. Like, there's really no excuse why people's phones should be so dead. I don't get it. Jeez, I even just watched Spiral, the new Saw movie, and in that movie, Chris Rock's partner, not gay, he's a detective, so his police partner in that movie, he says that his phone is dead, and he asks Chris Rock's character if he can borrow his phone, and it's like, how would your phone be dead? You're a kid. Like in that movie, the guy looks like he's only mid-20s. I'm like, someone like you would have your phone fully charged. My phone is fully charged all the time. So there's no reason why yours wouldn't be. I never get that.
you were married to me right now, then I wouldn't be breaking the law.
Okay, if they're married right now, you wouldn't be breaking the law. If we lived in India, I don't think that applies here in the U.S. I think that's when Chris comes out. They're starting to get suspicious. He's looking over there like, what's going on? She's looking like, uh-oh, my dad's coming. So that's where this one's going to end. Yeah, this little dickhead. Man, I thought he was worse. I thought he was bad in the beginning. He's actually not that bad. He's kind of just stupid and just talks to her. He gets much worse, though, when Chris comes out. And he stays that terrible with the police. So until part 2 and the subsequent part 3, I said see ya.